Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. We are into our 1-year anniversary of having our solar system installed inside our house here at Villa Feliz. When I say solar system, I don't mean the planets that are rotating around the sun. What I mean is our solar panels, our batteries, and our inverter here inside the basement. Today we're going to do an upgrade. We're also going to be talking about our performance over the past several months and why we're doing an upgrade here today. I think it's going to be an interesting episode for you if you've been following our solar system episodes. Anyway, let's go ahead and get today's episode started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now this morning what I want to do is I just want to talk a little bit about what our past performance has been with the system that GoSolar installed here. We installed a day inverter. We have some 550 watt solar panels up on the roof, and we have five 5.12 kilowatt 100 amp hour batteries that we have installed that pretty much handle everything that we need on a daily basis and a nightly basis, day and night, for all of our needs. The batteries at nighttime and the solar panels pretty much during the daytime. Everything from the swimming pool to all of the appliances that we have in the house, and to all the accessory lights that we have at nighttime, say like if we want to do entertaining or go into the swimming pool or whatever. So I'm sure a lot of you are interested, well, how has that affected my utility bill? Remember, our goal at the very beginning was to reduce our utility bill as much as possible, to have the least amount of dependency on our public utility company. Pretty much be off-grid, but not have an off-grid system, because we want the reliability of if our system is down, we always have a backup, which our backup would be the utility company. And it's been working very well since we installed it 1 year ago. That was July of 2022. But I want to just go back just a few months here. I'm going to go back maybe about 5 months and give you an example of what our utility bills. Now, our normal utility bills before we installed 1 year ago, it was around 11,500 pesos. That's a little, right around 200 US dollars is what we had on a monthly basis that we used here at Villa Feliz. Of course, it will fluctuate from time to time on usage and what the per kilowatt hour would be from your public utility company. But I think we average somewhere around, I don't know, it's between 12 and 15 pesos per kilowatt hour. That's the way it's been over the last year. Anyway, for the past few months, let me give you some example of what our utility bill is. We went from 11,500 pesos, and let's just go. We'll go to, let's see, February. February, our utility amount was 105 pesos, less than $2 is what we had. We used 3 kilowatt hours for the month of February. March, 250 pesos. We used 27 kilowatt hours during that month. April, 794. We used 60 kilowatts. May, we spent 639 pesos. For an average of, let's see, that was 50 kilowatts we used. And in June, our last bill that we received, it was 629 pesos. We used 51 kilowatts for that month. Now, you're probably saying, James, you should be pretty happy with that. Well, the thing is, we're doing an upgrade today. And the reason that we're doing an upgrade is because I'm not 100% satisfied with the performance of our batteries. Everything else is working great. The inverter, the solar panels for collection of the solar power, converting it into DC, then back into AC power here inside the house. But we've been having some issues with our batteries, and I'm going to talk about that now. Now, first of all, let me talk about the anomalies that have been happening with our batteries, which gave me concern, which is why I reached out to the GoSolar folks and asked them for assistance. And it has to do with false reporting of our batteries. When our batteries would say they were at a charge rate of a certain amount, that was not actually the amount. And it doesn't happen all the time. It fluctuates from time to time. I think it's better to explain some of the issues that I've had with the batteries. And they're not really big issues, but they're issues that have some concern that need to get fixed that didn't get fixed. And I'll talk to you about what we did as far as trying to reach out to the company that manufactured these batteries that we have right now and the results that we got back from that specific company. Well, anyway, the problem that I was having here is actually two different problems. One problem is false reporting. When I say false reporting is the batteries would get up to a certain charge level, and in the example that I'm showing you right here, the batteries got up to 94%, and even at the middle of the day, you can see this is just after 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It was at lunchtime. It stayed at 94%. Even though you knew it was charging, it would only report back that it was at 94%. But yet, if I would go in and I would turn off the power from the batteries going to the inverter and reset all of the batteries, reinitialize them, bring them back up, and turn on the power immediately after it connected to the inverter, as you can see in this screen capture, it would automatically show it was at 100%. So it was actually at 100%, but it was not reporting 100%. Now that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal, false reporting, as long as I know and I have confidence that it is at 100% and we can use that energy during the night. Now in the next screen capture that I have right here, this is what is the big concern right here. When I have, or it is stating that it has 100% battery charge, and we have a load that there's enough sunlight and 100% batteries, and yet at that time it's still pulling a lot of power from the grid. It should not be getting anything from the grid. It should be zero dependency inside the grid. That's the big problem, and that's what I needed to have addressed. And once I saw these anomalies, I reported it directly to GoSolar. The first thing that GoSolar did, they actually came out very quickly and they did a firmware upgrade on the batteries. The firmware upgrade did not fix the problem. They did a firmware upgrade when they installed it at the very beginning, so we were on 2 firmware upgrades from that point. After I reported the problems that we had here, they contacted the manufacturer, which these batteries are Fox ESS. The Fox ESS LV5200 are the actual batteries. They're 100 amp hour, 5.12 kilowatt storage capacity of energy inside each one of the batteries. When they reached out to the Fox ESX folks, they didn't get any response back from them at the very beginning. So what I did, I reached out to the Fox ESS folks and I sent a request in, and I got a response back, and the response was, I have to go to somebody in my local area to get some type of a solution. So that was really not good. That was pretty poor customer service on the Fox ESS folks. So I did, as you saw, because I'd already done that, I had gone to the installers, the people that we purchased, and did the installation. They reached out, they didn't get anything back. So I kind of lost a lot of faith in the Fox ESS folks. So anyway, what GoSolar did, they have a good relationship with several other battery manufacturers. So they came back and they asked me, would I be interested in swapping out the batteries? And I thought, okay, but what is this going to cost me? Well, the good folks at GoSolar said, this is not going to cost you anything. Your batteries are under warranty. What we'll do is we will take the batteries back, and if you want a different type of a battery, we'll bring those and we'll install those at no cost to you. And I'm thinking, well, this is really great. This is really what customer service is all about. Replace 1-year-old batteries that I was able to use for 1 year. No replacement cost for the upgrade to the new batteries. And the kicker, the big kicker, is when they gave me my options for batteries, they let me choose the batteries that I wanted. So the great thing that we're going to do today, and I'm expecting them any moment now to come here, is we're going to pull out the Fox ESS 100 amp hour 5.12 kilowatt LV5200 batteries, and we are going to replace them with Dynas. We're going to replace them with the Dynas PowerBox Pro. Now the PowerBox Pro, each individual PowerBox Pro unit is double the capacity of one of the Fox ESS. So we're going from 5.12 kilowatt to 10.24. I have to add all this up in mind. 10.24, which is double the amount of what we have inside right here in one unit. And they are not 100 amp hour systems, they are 200 amp hour systems. So basically what they've done is they've taken two of the units and they put them in one unit to help save wall space, but they're almost, not quite, but they're almost twice the size. So you're not really saving much, but I have 4 units mounted on the wall. I will have 4 units, which is going to provide me 8 of the 5 that I have here right now, and I will just pay for the additional Powerwall Pros that we're going to install today. And you're probably asking me, James, if you're pretty much satisfied with your capacity that you have now, why are you getting the additional Powerwall? Well, the reason I'm getting the additional Powerwall is, although I'm happy with what we have right now, I scaled the system to be able to handle a minimal amount of what we needed. And if I want to expand later on, which I do want to expand later, to be able to do like a lot of nighttime swimming in the swimming pool with all the lights, run multiple air conditionings, a little bit more than what we use right now. So that's why we are moving to a little bit additional capability of battery backup, mainly for nighttime use. Anyway, I'm waiting for the folks to come from the GoSolar, and what we'll do is we'll capture the installation, removing the old batteries, installing the new batteries, and doing a commissioning. And then the next thing for me is, after that's done, after everything is working properly, we're going to report on the performance of the new PowerBox Pros. All right, well, the GoSolar team have arrived. Well, there you go. This is after the complete installation of the 4 200 amp hour the Dynas PowerBox Pros. Remember, these are 4 units that have 200 amp hour per unit, as opposed to the previous units that we had there, which were the Fox ESS, which were 100 amp hours per unit. So we have 800 amp hours now, as opposed to the 500 amp hours that we had before. And the storage capacity in watts are twice. Remember, these are 1024 kilowatt hours per unit, which the other one was 5.12 kilowatt hours per unit. So we have more amperage capability for storage and wattage here for storage as well. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and continue to monitor this. I will tell you, there was a little bit of a problem during the initial install. You see the little lights on the side. These are status indicator lights right here. And the status indicator lights, when they're green, normally green is good. It means you have no issues. It's green to go. And what we had was green, and then we had 3 flashing lights on these units right here. Come to find out that when we did the install yesterday, there's a terminating block, basically a resistor. You see this little RJ45 connector right here, the blue one. I don't know if you can see that. That terminates the communication link from one to the other. That, and also there was a bad Ethernet cable that connects the communication port from one to the other. The fine folks from GoSolar came out the very next morning and they addressed the issue. They were able to bring us all online, and what they do is They commission these, basically checking everything out. We reset the inverter up to basically default and reset it back up so there's no fault errors inside, so we'll be able to track it from here on out. So we will continue to report on the performance of these as opposed to the Fox ESS the LV5200 batteries that we had in here before. So I have got some really great expectations for these, and from what I've read so far, these should be able to handle all of our needs here at Villa Feliz. And one more thing that I want to briefly say is people are always asking me about my EcoFlow. My EcoFlow, you see the EcoFlow little sticker right here on our transfer switch. When it's red, it shows that our utility company is actually online. When it's green, our inverter is actually providing power from either our batteries, our solar on the top, and then in the event that the utility company is down and it's in the evening time and there is no sun and the batteries are exhausted, I can go over to our EcoFlow, which you know is in our back generator room storage area. So anyway, I got to tell you, it came really in handy because yesterday during our install, Murphy's Law, the perfect storm, whatever you want to call it, is bottleneck was down. They had removed all of our Fox ESS. We had no batteries inside here, so we had no utility company, and it was like it is now. You see how cloudy, well, you can't see the clouds, but there wasn't enough sunshine to be able to provide enough energy for us to power the house. So we ran for several hours, I think maybe 5 or 6 hours yesterday on our EcoFlow, enough to be able to get these things in. So everybody's always asking me, James, why do you have the EcoFlow batteries when you've got all of this capacity right here? Well, it's the backup of the backup. So anyway, I'm all about backups, and it came really in handy yesterday. Well, there you have it. We finally got our upgrade to our Dynas PowerBox Pros, our battery solution here for our solar system. And I have some great expectations for these. Again, we will do updates as time goes on to let you know how the performance is doing with that. And I got to tell you, I really got to thank the guys from GoSolar, all the way from the sales team who contacted us at the very beginning that had to do with getting the new batteries for the replacement, giving us the option of whatever battery that we wanted to have to replace the Fox ESS LV5200 batteries that we had because of the problems that we had with it, and the fact that they were handling all of this under warranty, and the responsiveness of the installation team along with the engineers that came out here. And here's some additional information I just got from the GoSolar folks. From my understanding, they are the Philippine authorized installation and sales representative for Blue Yeti. It's a backup battery solution very similar to the EcoFlow that we have here in our house. So if you need a solution from one solar company that can do it all, install the panels, install the inverter, install the batteries, and have a backup of a backup system with something like the Blue Yeti battery backups, you can have one company do all for you if you're in their servicing area. Anyway, we're going to close for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on the little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified if you ring that bell the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from right here in the very beautiful, beautiful Philippines, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.